Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I've been so cold this morning, especially my fingertips. I'm okay though, I don't feel like I want to put gloves on. I do have gloves here, but we're not going to do them with gloves on. I've chosen some decks. They all looked a bit blue. And then just as I was leaving the room, these were calling to me. Knock knock, who's there? Okay, affirmators. So I think we'll start with one of these. It says 50 affirmation cards to help you help yourself without the self-helpiness. Magically unlock the power of the universe. And then in brackets it says kind of. Okay, right. What are we going to talk about today? Manifestation. Okay. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. You are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting. And in brackets it says, but don't use that word if you don't want to. Okay, it's a bonus card. I'm going to go to the energy cards now. I have this energy that I feel like I want to read from a book. I was thinking about the vortex. Okay. Angel of Love in reverse. Okay. Card number 49. In the reverse position, the Angel of Love could indicate a possible disconnect in matters of the heart. While this sometimes signifies a divorce or separation, it could also imply an emotional rift where two people stay connected on a superficial basis, yet at a deeper level seem to be going their own ways. In this position, the angel can also refer to an old separation if the longing remains alive in one partner's heart. Okay, full stop. So in this position, the angel can also refer to an old separation if the longing remains alive in one partner's heart. If you find yourself unable to let go, this loving angel is telling you it's time to release any toxic or unrequited attachment you may be holding on to. The universe is waiting for you to free your heart and open your life to the fully present and honouring love that you so rightly deserve. So look in the mirror and see the angel of love there with you. Know that you are worthy of this tender emotion from yourself and others. The affirmation, I love and value myself without limitation or condition. Let's just repeat that. I love and value myself without limitation or condition. Tender loving treatment comes to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. Okay, I'm going to look into this a bit more. I'll be back though, I've got to go and get my book. They're like drilling up the roads outside. The vortex. I've taken time going to the page number 49, so let's do it that way. Okay. It says here the 3-step process of creation. We're talking about manifestation here. Let's reread this card. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. You are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that, in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting. In brackets, but don't use that word if you don't want to. So the 3-step process of creation. In this process of creation, there are 3 steps. First, ask. In brackets, it says, and the contrast of life experience causes you to do that. Ask. Second, answer. In brackets, that is not the work of you from your physical perspective, but instead the work of non-physical source energy. Third, allow. In brackets, you must find a way to be a vibrational match to what you are asking for, or you will not allow it into your experience, even though the answer is available for you. When humans and animals come forth from non-physical, you come with different intentions. Humans are more naturally evolved in step 1, which is ask. Focusing and sifting through the contrast of your time and space for the express purpose of asking, with every increasing clarity, for improved life experience. Animals are more naturally involved in step 3, which is allow. Maintaining their alignment with their broader perspective. Humans are here to specifically create through more specific focus. Animals do less specific creating and are much less inclined to sift through contrast and make decisions. In simple terms, humans are more creative and animals are more allowing. That is your natural bent. We'll carry on. We're going to carry on? Yes. While animals do experience contrast and they do vibrationally ask for improved conditions, they remain more often in alignment with their broader perspective than humans do. It is possible to be actively involved in sifting through contrast, as humans are, and to deliberately guide your thoughts into resonance with your broader perspective and experience the benefit of being an active creator at the same time that you are in the state of allowing. And while the animals of your planet are an important source of food for each other and for humans, the greatest value they bring to life on planet Earth is the vibrational balance they provide, as they are extensions of source energy and remain predominantly in alignment with that energy. Humans and animals make a very nice combination, just as you knew you would. Okay, interesting. Just interesting how the energy's moved on to like animals. Okay, well, let's go to the energy cards again. The bottom of the deck here wants to be seen. Magician in the mirror. So we've got the Magician in the mirror. We've got here manifestation. It says you are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. And then we seem to have this connection with animals. 53. Let's have a look at this. knowing and using your true power. This card upright represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the magician's left hand is a flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. So, just interesting that the book's called The Vortex. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together, they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use, or in brackets it says, or dismiss, the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. So when you receive the magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mist of the future will clear into brilliant reality. Very nice message for somebody today, isn't it? I felt the energy of not wanting to delve into the tarot and keeping it oracle based, but I think we'll get one card from the Witch's Tarot and we shall read the message. There's definitely been like this energy shift over the new moon energy. Just over the last few nights, as the moon was getting darker and darker. Okay. And then it's like all of a sudden you can't see it. I could not see it last night, the moon. I sure could see the stars though. King of Cups. Oh, okay. It's like cheeky. We've got another one underneath. The King of Cups. I can see it's a Seven of Wands underneath, but let's read about this King of Cups. This King of Love. The King of Cups is seated on his throne beside the sea. To honour his elements and the suit, there are two-tailed mermaids and cups worked. So there are two-tailed mermaids and cups worked into the throne's design. Okay, let's have a look at this card then. You see the cups and the mermaids? This elemental king wears regal, intricate robes in shades of silver and royal blue. Let's see what you can actually see here, what the focus is like. And he is cloaked in majestic purple. A heraldic bright aqua blue mermaid is embroidered on the chest of his tunic, and silver waves decorate the hem of his robes. The mermaid represents eloquence, loyalty and truth, and the king's crown is made of gleaming silver with sapphires and a stylized starfish. Well, you'd have to have like a magnifying glass to be able to see that. But I don't know whether. My arm hurts a bit just holding this card up. He also wears a jewelled livery collar or chain of office made of silver, blue sapphires and pearls. The metals and the stones are all linked to the element of water. The silver is receptive. The blue sapphires enhance his psychic talents and his ability to be loving and fair. The lunar pearls amplify the wonderful gems of the sea. Both of the king's arms rest on the arms of the throne, showing that he is relaxed and in control of his domain. In his right hand he holds a silver cup. In his left hand is a scepter topped with a shell. We also see that this is a married man, as he wears a wedding band on his left hand. The king looks straight ahead, as if he is carefully considering both you and your request. The King of Cups is smiling kindly, and his blonde hair, moustache and beard have just a touch of grey in it, showing that he is older and wiser. In the background we can see the ocean and dolphins joyfully leaping out of the water. So this Angel of Love card spoke about like a separation and like disconnecting from toxicity, should we say that? And it mentioned that he was like a married man, but he was like considering, looking straight at like you, and considering what did it say what you were offering? The king looks straight ahead, as if he is carefully considering both you, and your request. Okay, let's look at the meaning. A mature wise man who is well versed in the craft. This card represents an individual who is artistic, intuitive, creative, and passionate. Physically, he has dark blonde to light brown hair with a touch of grey and blue or green eyes. He is a good friend, a loving and attentive husband, and a devoted father. The King of Cups gives good, solid advice when asked. We seem to be stuttering a bit. This card can represent a quiet man who keeps his emotions to himself, but who can be moody. He is, however, deeply emotional, and he has a tough outer shell to disguise a very soft and loving interior. He often sees what most people would prefer to keep hidden. This card represents an individual who is an excellent mediator, psychically talented, and strong and fair. The lesson from the King of Cups is that wisdom comes from looking within. Temper your counsel of others with compassion and affection. Okay. The other card is the Seven of Wands. Let's read about this. Are the wands actually before or just on the wrong way? Okay. I was going to skip the first part, but we're not going to. A fit and trim young man holds a blooming hawthorn wand out horizontally in front of his chest. Behind him are cliffs in the background that represent the unknown, but the sky is brightening up and the clouds have parted, which is a visual clue that all is well here. The young man is taking a stand and is wearing flame colours of golden yellow, orange and red to help visually link him to the element of fire. He charges towards the other ones confidently, as if he is enjoying the challenge. He is independent, clever, and more than capable of handling whatever life throws at him. This card symbolises adrenaline, enthusiasm, and ambition. The young man in this card not only has the will to succeed, he realises the chance to put his mental, physical, and magical skills. He realises? He relishes. He relishes the chance to put his mental, physical, and magical skills to the test. Card of manifestation. It's like he's up for the challenge. Okay, meanings. When the Seven of Wands turns up in a reading, it is a notice that you are about to face a challenge, one you will thoroughly enjoy. It may be a sort of personal test, where you take on the challenge just for the fun of it, and to see how far you can advance your skills, be they magical or mundane. This card shows the use of muscle and movement with restraint and style. Your enthusiasm, ambition and wit will serve you well here. This card appearing in a reading assures you that you will overcome obstacles and rise above them with style, wit and humour. Keywords: adrenaline, enthusiasm, ambition, a challenge, putting your skills to the test, overcoming magical or mundane obstacles with style, wit and humour. Okay, very interesting. Good morning, Moon Cookie. Afternoon. No, I think it's still morning. Does it matter? Not really. Thank God it's Friday. Absolutely, to the channel of love. Cheers, Lucy. Cheers, Moon Cookie. Good morning, Pandora. Not having the best of times. I seem to keep finding myself in complications. But I feel if I take swift and quick action, I feel better. But you know when it gets a bit too much. Yes. I think we all know that feeling. Let's go to the Oracle of Shadows and Lights. Okay. We can have that card. Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch, count your blessings. Card number 1. About the ghost of the pumpkin patch. Pumpkins here. About the ghost of the pumpkin patch. This adorable and forlorn little figure is almost transparent, so still and quiet that you may overlook her, thinking you have just seen a wisp of mist go trailing past, when really, all the time, this little ghost is silently standing before you, gently reminding you of something very important, that it soon will be time to harvest again. And the ghost of harvest missed in the past will come back to haunt you if you do not take your time and look around right now at all that is. She's not invisible, and she is always there. A reminder that the seasons turn, that the harvest must be brought in, and that those who stay with the earth a while are not always here to haunt you negatively. They're here to help you till their work is done. This little ghost loves her misty home, adores appearing to you when you have forgotten your blessings and your rights, and appears at exactly the right time in your life when you've nearly forgotten how lucky you are. The ghost of the pumpkin patch speaks. Something that is a blessing is being overlooked. It appears cloaked and seems almost invisible to you. You must stand in your field, that is to say your life, and look around you and see all that has been given to you again, and give thanks for it. You are forgetting how much you truly have, and how much you will have again and again. My time is to harvest. It is now your time to bring in or harvest the joy and love of what you have so much of, and share your abundance. Okay, the divination message. Something precious is all about you, but it has become so familiar you can barely see it anymore. It is such a fixture in your life that familiarity has bred, if not contempt, a kind of blindness. The beautiful little girl ghost in the pumpkin patch asks you very gently to see the abundance all around you, and to appreciate that while you are in physical form, there is so much you can enjoy. She wishes for you to harvest what is yours now, and to also take steps to call in any debts. There can be outstanding money issues associated with this card, and share the bounty. Do not let anyone cheat you. and know that you don't own a single thing in truth. It will all pass through your hands, but still, ironically, these things you have earned through your hard work are worth protecting. They are not too small, they are not too ordinary. You have more material wealth than you think, so please do count your blessings every day. Okay, let's go to the Journey of Love. Seems to be the last card. The last deck. That's what I've got here. They kind of really clonk to the side of the box because they've got room to move in there. Look, it's not a tight fit, you see. Loving all that is. I think we had this message the other day. Good morning, Original. Good morning. I'm playing Track and Field on Xbox Connect. That's interesting because I noticed that one of the consoles was kind of out of the cupboard and downstairs, and I was kind of staring at it thinking, where is all this like mess? Because it's just all these wires and then the console, and I'm like, okay, that seems to have like appeared overnight. It's just... Oh, seriously, as I was just hoovering, I'm thinking, where is this all? Why is it just dumped up now? Where's it come from? I mean, I know that it exists, but I'm not sure why it's out like that. Card number 22. Loving all that is. You wise awakening being, you can love all that is. You can love your tears and your sadness, for they are a testament to your open heart. You can love your numbness and fatigue, for they show that you have worked hard and are now in need of rest. You can love your energy and passion, even when you are so far ahead of the pack. You have to wait a while for everyone else to catch up, maybe a day, maybe a decade or so, because you choose not to curb your enthusiasm for anyone. You can love your anger, because underneath its fire is a desire for respect, and you can love your peacefulness, because within your heart you really don't care much for fighting sometimes. If there is something that is shaming you, worrying you, challenging you, it's okay to just love it. It will make sense when it needs to. Until then, just love it, even when it hurts. For it's part of your own divine nature awakening. It may just be like a painful cramp happening because it's been curled up for too long. This oracle brings you a sweet message. You are just asked to love, and everything else will take care of itself. Okay. A state of being, allowing, receiving, becoming one with all that is. It just took me to that vortex when it said ask, answer, allow. Were they the three? I think so. A state of being, allowing, receiving, becoming one with all that is. So let's finish, I think, with another look in this book. Oh my goodness, there's an audio, but we're not going to listen to that. I think you got to buy the book to listen to the audio. Excuse me. I'll flick this one. Abraham. Okay. So this is Abraham speaking. Oh my goodness. Okay, should we go to the questioner first? Because I've opened up to here. It just starts here, but I think it could be applicable. Who's to blame for this dysfunctional family? Questioner. My childhood experience was that my parents screamed and yelled and fought, and the children were hit. I grew up with a core belief that the world was not a safe place and that really bad things could happen. So sorry. And then I went into therapy for 5 years, and from that I came to the belief that I was not responsible for what had happened to me, but that I was a victim of 2 parents who were out of control. when I apologised for my coughing before, I felt like I was actually just saying I'm really sorry about that situation. Abraham, while the therapist did not want you to feel blame for what happened to you, it is really of no great value to you to put the blame upon your parents, because whether you are feeling blame or guilt, you are still outside of your vortex. You are still not in alignment with who you are. There is no more destructive conclusion to come. There is no more destructive conclusion to come to than the belief that you are a victim and that others have the power to inflict pain and suffering upon you. Now we know that it is difficult to understand what we are getting at when you in fact were the receiver of pain and suffering as a direct result of something that someone else did. And there are important factors that must be explained before this can make sense to you. Your parents did not hit you because you were bad, and your parents did not hit you because they were bad. Your parents hit you because they were out of alignment and because they felt powerless. It is not illogical. In fact, it is extremely logical for a person to go from a feeling of powerlessness to a feeling of revenge or anger, because that is a step towards alignment on the vibrational scale. In other words, a feeling of powerlessness is the emotion that indicates the greatest distance from the vortex of who you really are. Revenge is closer, anger is closer still, overwhelmment is closer to who you really are, and frustration is much closer to who you really are. Hope is a great deal closer to who you really are, and now you are almost there. You are almost inside the vortex. Belief in well-being and knowledge of well-being are inside the vortex, along with appreciation and love and passion and eagerness and all good feeling emotions. As you found yourself in the middle of a terrible and uncontrollable situation, your response was to be afraid. And as you cowered and cried, an absolutely understandable response, it says in brackets, you evoked more of what you did not want from your parents. It may be hard to understand, but if you could have mentally removed yourself from the drama of those battles, focusing upon your toys, staying in your room, not becoming a part of the vibrational mix of it, your parents would have left you out of the drama. But it is not an easy thing not to notice what is going on or have an emotional response to it. The same thing was true of your parents. Undoubtedly, there were unwanted things going on in their lives that they had a difficult time ignoring, which caused them to be pulled into more and more unwanted situations. It's a sort of chain of pain that develops as someone is unhappy. It says in brackets, and often justifiably so. So he or she lashes out at another, who lashes out at another, who lashes out at another. Most people involved in the chain of pain, whether they are children or adults, come to the conclusion from the uncomfortable life that they are living that they are not worthy and that good things do not come to them. And because they feel that way, that is what happens. And then most, even those in therapy, spend a great deal of time trying to sort out the rightness or the wrongness of the behaviours of the parties involved. Children blame themselves, children blame their parents, parents blame themselves, parents blame their children, and on the chain of pain goes. Only when you are willing to find a thought, any thought, that brings you a feeling of relief, can you begin your trek up the emotional scale in the direction of the love and appreciation that represents who you really are. And only from inside the vortex can you fully appreciate the experience and the expansion and the understanding that it has given you. Most people believe that what they are looking for is someone to love them, and they also believe that it is the responsibility of their parents to love them. But parents in despair, far from their vortexes of well-being, have no love to give, and so the child assumes he is not loved because something is wrong with him, rather than understanding he is not being loved by his parents because they are out of alignment with love. Again, we must say that humans are looking for love in all the wrong places. Look to your vortex. Look to the expanded you. Look to your source. Look to the resource of love. It is always there for you, but you must find vibrational alignment with it within you. You must tune your vibrational frequency to that of love, and your vortex will envelope you, and you will be surrounded by love. How beautiful. What beautiful guidance. Especially considering we had the angel of love in reverse. Okay, let's leave it there then. Guys, have yourself a fantastic day. And let me just have a look. It was a lot of fun, original. This is all lovely way of thinking about it, but some do it out because they want control, which is different to what this is. Okay, right, I'm going to go. I will catch up with you all soon. So until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.